Boise River, and today's episode of iPad 365, where we talk about paper iPad. This episode brought to you by GoToMeeting. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at an app a day to keep your iPad in play. It is Thursday, and like I always do on Thursdays, I show you a productivity app, and of course we have one for you right here on this iPad. We're in Boise, Idaho. Right behind me is the Boise River. It's running actually a little bit higher than normal this time of year. But it's such a beautiful scene. It kind of reminds me of last couple years ago when Wisconsin the water rose up too high. But it's definitely got its own character to it. And of course we're here at the Hilton Garden in Boise, Hilton Inn, and a great place to stay. Really nice rooms and nice amenities. I sat in the hot tub for about 30 minutes and kind of relaxed and got everything ready. And of course, doing iPad 365. Of course, we're here for the rest of the week, so I'm going to do a couple other videos of Boise. You'll see some of the mountainside, which is very, very nice. And I'm really surprised on how relaxing this place is. And I know that sounds weird, relaxing this place is. It's true. I mean, you look at the outside, it's kind of like a big Zen garden if you look at certain parts of Boise. I haven't been to all of Boise, so I don't know what the center of Boise looks like, but, you know, so far so good. Every place that I've gone to, I've really enjoyed. Anyway, iPad 365. You can find me on Twitter over at iPad 365. Of course, we have the Gmail over at iPad 365 show at gmail.com. All right, today we're going to be talking about a program that I've been playing with for a couple weeks now. It's a program. It's actually just called Paper, straight up Paper. I think some people call it Paper 54. Paper 53, excuse me. I had to look at the title there. And basically what it is for all of you people that have ever drawn before, you usually would go down to the art store and you would get yourself a journal book, which was basically a book with a whole bunch of blank sheets of paper in it. And from there, you would use that to sketch everything. You would draw, if you were looking at the highway like I'm looking at, you might draw a couple vehicles passing by, maybe the telephone pole, just to get a rough sketch so you can practice on something. There's some really nice Japanese lamps I'm looking at the hotel here. They would be great subject matters to actually draw on. So what I would do is I'd open up my journal, I'd grab my pencil, my pen, or whatever device I have to draw on there, and I would do a sketch of that Japanese lamp or the highway or whatever. And then it would be in my journal, so if I ever had to reference something like that, maybe I'm drawing a comic or something like that, and I would want to put those lamps into the scene, I could then go to my journal and look at how I drew that and redraw it and go from there. So it was actually a very functional thing with the journal. That's what Paper 53, or Paper, is all about. Basically what you have is you have a journal, and they start you off with the how-to journals, and and you can create your own journal from there. Open up the journal and start drawing. You get one pen, but if you want some more pens, it's going to cost you. They have in-app purchase. It's like $1.99 a pen, or you can get the full pack, which is like $8. At least it cost me $8 at the time to get all the pens for the drawing. So basically, we'll just pull up a page. This page right here, I actually drew my camera. I was sitting behind my camera waiting for something to happen, and I decided to draw that. So I'm going to bring that up. And basically what that does is you'll see a whole bunch of pens. I can choose a regular pen, or I can choose a marker, or I can choose a crayon, or even a watercolor brush. I can draw in, I can paint in, I can color it in with the amount of colors that they have there. If I want to erase something, I choose the erase tool, and then of course erase the area. Or if you hold down two fingers onto the iPad, you can erase the item through a rewind option. And basically you make a little circular motion with your two fingers, and that'll put it to rewind. I'm hoping that they'll fix that a little bit better, because it really doesn't make what I want it to. I'd rather have an undo button and have so many options, because there's only so many times that you marker up and then you hit the undo and then it goes back. So, but anyway, you can check it out. It is over at basically the app is called Journal, and you can find it in the App Store now. All right, so you're like me, and you're doing some traveling, and all of a sudden somebody calls up and says, "Hey, we got to meet on this right now. We got to figure out what's going to happen and how we're going to do this." Well, nowadays you don't have to worry about that. You can get a program like GoToMeeting. You can get on Mac or PC, start a meeting. They can get on their iPad and join into the meeting. You can show them your desktop. You can show them a presentation or a website. You can mark up the website with the pointer tools, and you can get productive and get things done without having to be in the same city, without having to drive to them, without having to fly to them in some cases. It's a great way to keep up on meetings. It's a great way to keep people informed, and that's the most important thing. For instance, I had a person emailing me frantically saying, "This has got to work this way for an event that I'm going to do in a couple weeks." And I said, "Let's get on GoToMeeting. Let's talk about it." In 5 minutes, I had them calmed down and assured that this is the way to go. Don't take my word for it. Check it out yourself. Go over to GoToMeeting.com, click the Try Free Now button, enter in the code PODCAST. Podcast gets you 30 days of this great software, and it's over at GoToMeeting by Citrix. All right, and that's the show for today. What'd you think? Did you download Paper 53? Let me know. Twitter me over at iPad365. Of course, iPad365show@gmail.com is the email address. You can definitely email me there. A couple of people that are looking at me funny, but that's what you do when you're doing video and you're standing with a microphone in front of a camera, and people go, "What the heck's he doing? Oh, it's kind of weird." Anyway, I'm going to go do some drawing. Let me know what you think about that application, or if there's any applications that you want to see on the show, or even review yourself. Send me the video, and we will go from there. All right, tomorrow is Friday, and of course we will have, well, I don't know if we'll have viewer choice, but we'll have another app, I think. All right, tomorrow is Friday, and I've got a special treat for you. I'm going to be talking about using your iPad on the plane, and what to expect and what not to expect when you go to do that. We'll do that in 24, when it will be another episode of iPad 365. I don't know if you just saw that bug just pass by the lens there. That was kind of weird. Anyway, my name is Jeffrey Powers. Thanks a lot, guys, and you guys, let's see if I can do this with two hands. Geek out. There we go. Geek out. You should follow Graphite on Twitter at GraphiteINC.